So the big question is this: how do most agents who struggle to get the information that most successful agents hoard to themselves grow and prosper without this information? That's the big question, and this video cast is the answer. Welcome to Real Estate Rockstars. I'm your host, Pat Hyben. And now, for the review of the day.
Okay, awesome review here on the Certified Buyer Agent Program at rebusuniversity.com. 5 stars from Aaron Johnson. Aaron Johnson says, the Certified Buyer Agent Program was full of actionable scripts, systems, and tips to convert more buyer clients. It also will teach you how to handle those clients with the utmost customer service while being efficient and taking control of the process. 5 stars. Thanks, Pat, Carrie, and Dan. And by the way, guys, if you want to go check out this course at rebusuniversity.com, I will give you 50% off. Just use the code PH50. PH50. And take that today. Do it.
Keep the comments coming, guys. I love them. And remember, I eat feedback for breakfast. So give me a 1-star review if you want, or a 5-star review if you want. I don't care. And the more reviews we get, the better guests we get. So please, subscribe first, and then leave us a review or wherever you're listening.
All right, Rockstar Nation, you asked for it, you got it. I have another 30 under 30, Realtor Magazine's top 30 agents under the age of 30. I got Brie Stephens on the show, and man, she is killing it up in New Hampshire. I'm going to let her tell you guys all about her and what she's doing, and we're going to get into some super nitty-gritty here today. So without further ado, Brie, welcome to Real Estate Rockstars.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Happy to be here.
Hey, Brie, why don't you just give everybody a little rundown, a little bio on yourself so they can get to know you better?
Bio on myself. I'm a New Hampshire native. I always grew up in the area. I currently work only in the summer times. I went to a school in Florida, University of Miami, came back, married my husband here, and it's where I live. I've lived here now full-time for about 6 years. I lived in southern New Hampshire before that, but really I started out of college as a manager at a local restaurant chain, and I was telling people all the places they should go for their boat adventures each day, and it kind of dawned on me that what I was doing was selling everyone on the lifestyle to be had at the lakes region, we call it, multiple lakes, multiple towns that make up our community. And I bought a house. My agent was a relative, and he said, you know more about these homes than I do. It was a passion I didn't realize I had, and worked for him part-time for 2 years while I worked for my husband's company after leaving the restaurant. He owns a landscaping company. So I was with the small mom-pop brokerage for 2 years, those 2 years with him. And then I did 2 sales each year. I had big sales. They totaled about $3 million total.
Nice.
1.5.
Wow.
For 2 years. So that was a nice income.
Yeah, that's no joke. 2 houses a year, 1.5 each. I mean.
Well, one recommendation I have is my husband being a landscaper. Landscaping is the last thing people spend money on and forget to budget for. So they do it when they're going to go sell their homes to prep it for the market. So,
I mean, did you probably made just about as much money on the 2 houses as you did, working as a manager of a restaurant, right?
I made more. Yep, more than that. So pretty nice transition into that. But it's what I knew best. I love the lake. It's what I grew up on in the area. So, doing $3 million those 2 years part-time, I went to Keller Williams my 3rd year and just was all in full-time. I did $12 million that year when I joined Keller Williams on my own, and quickly grew, wanted to leverage and grow my team. So I hired 2 agents within 5 months to join my team, an admin and a VA. and we doubled what I had done alone. So last year we did 24.5 million together. And this year our goal is 35 million. And we're on track for that. And what was a nice bonus to start the year was the recognition of the 30 under 30 and being that Web Choice winner for that as well. So that's kind of where we're at right now.
That's awesome, and I love the Web Choice winner. Congratulations on that. We're going to dig into that because I know everyone's curious about that. So, okay, so let's get some nitty gritty first of all. So, okay, so you said 24.5 million. You said you hired a VA, right, and a right hand person. Did you also hire agents, or is it still kind of like you're the agent?
No, I have the 2 agents that I hired. Was the 3 of us, the 3
Okay.
agents, and just about a month ago we hired an admin.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
it's been about a year we've had the VA, and he does all our branding, marketing, flyers, brochures, all the marketing stuff like that.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. And all right, so how many houses have you sold in the last 12 months, would you say?
Yep, 54 units.
Oh, beautiful. And what was your ECI, Brie, your ego commission income off of that 54 units?
That was just over $500,000.
$500,000. Okay. And so what's your profit margin?
35%.
So so you spend 65, right, in paying the other agents and paying your overhead, and then you keep 35. So you kept about 175,000 or so, roughly. Something like that. 160. All right. Well, so that's great. Okay. So that's exciting. And so let's talk about, first of all, you pretty much went from, you were in the business 2 years where you sold 2 houses a year. Then you jumped full in, right? And so what advice do you have? Because full in now, you've only been at it 4 years, really full in, right?
3 years. This is 3 years.
3 years. Okay. So what'd you do the beginning of that first full-time year to really plow forward?
I created a business plan, what I should have done from day one.
Tell me about that.
I needed a plan. I went to school for entrepreneurship, and I should have, as I was taught, learned what my budget was going to be, what my marketing plan was going to be, what my mission, my goals, and setting those, and what I had to do to get there. And Keller Williams had those tools and training that I really plugged into that first year that allowed me to leverage myself, because that first year was myself, but find the right systems I needed and focus on that one thing that I loved to do and did best for lead generation. And I just kind of plugged into that and have expanded off of that idea ever since.
Wow. Okay. And so let's get into some exacts. So you made a business plan, right? And basically the business plan said, I'm going to sell this many houses and this is how I'm going to do it. I guess what we're trying to get at is what exactly, right, did you do so that people listening that might, want to follow can do the exact thing?
Well, everyone was telling me, and before I had joined, on the side, 1 day a week, I was doing videos for a massage chair company. And they were telling me videos is where the content is. So I was videoing myself sitting in these luxury massage chairs that go for $6,000 to $10,000. Something I wasn't passionate about, but I was learning a lot.
This was a side job?
This was a little side job I had once a week.
Just sitting in a massage chair.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Being filmed.
Yep.
Talking about, oh, this feels good.
Yep. These are the air compression bags on your arms and your feet, reflexology, stuff I had no idea about.
And it's kind of like, the home shopping network, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So, having had done that, I wanted to apply video to everything I did in real estate, and that has really grown my presence in the community. And it also was a way that I could give back to the community, and it doesn't cost really anything for me to do. So I called businesses at first, that was part of the business plan, and wanted to feature them. So I would do a community spotlight, I called them. And that was a video, 3 to 5 minutes, of myself or one of my two agents, asking them about their business. And we always end with, why did they choose to open their business here in the Lakes region? Why did they choose and love to work here? And that's really, expanded into a thought where now we post it on social media. That is in our newsletters we send out. And we're helping, bring presence to another business in the area, whether new to the area or been here for years and years. We expanded off of that. We created community heroes. So we would recognize someone and ask people on social media who we should interview that they feel is a community hero. Our first one was a firefighter, and he was also a lineman, and that went viral. The connections he had to the community and the support he had, everyone was just sharing this video on Facebook, and Facebook was telling me it was going viral in the state.
What's a lineman?
A lineman, he works on the electric lines around the community.
Okay, so it's just a local guy who works on electrical lines, and he's a fireman. Yep. And you just interviewed him.
Yep, just interviewed.
Hey, Frank.
Yeah.
Who are you? Right, like I'm interviewing you, right?
Yep, exactly. Went down to the fire station. I took my phone and pressed record on my phone and asked him why he does what he does, a memorable moment, and why he chooses to live here. And I asked him to send me pictures if he had of himself doing work or what he likes to do in his free time. Put a video together on iMovie on my computer, and now my VA does that for me. But that's kind of where it started, and we would post it online, and it was just a way to recognize people in the community. And then it went on to events. So now we're doing events and fundraisers and just getting out there in front of people and connecting them with other people, making those connections. And we coined the term and the hashtag, the Lake Life Locals.
Lake Life Locals.
Yeah, so our team's Lake Life Realty, and we're the Lake Life Locals, and it's kind of what we've become known as in our community. And we're the ones people tune in at 9:30 on Mondays on Facebook Live, and that's another video source we use, and that's free. And people watch and listen to us about.
And wait a minute, and so you have a business page, right? Lake Locals, which you guys should check out and emulate. Yeah. And then that business page goes live every Monday morning at 9:30. Mm-hmm. And what do you do on it?
We talk about hot deals on the market, new listings coming soon, what we're seeing for market trends, what's selling, what's not. And we get personal. We tell them what we did over the weekend. As realtors, we're out doing showings, but we also have personal lives, and we're sharing what you can do in the community that way. So, going out on the boat to a restaurant where we went, things like that, sharing just what events we have coming up, whether they're open houses of ours, whether they're a fundraiser happening in one of the towns, fireworks locally, things like that, just to keep people up to date on what's going on, not just in real estate.
And then how many people tune into that?
This past week we had about 20 during the live portion.
Yep.
We have usually over 6,000 views total each week once that's over. And
once it's over, people just watching. Like, what was it like at the first one you did?
It was very awkward.
Kind of like a monologue, right?
Yes. Yeah. No, I've become better at it. I feel like a news reporter every time, broadcaster, which I didn't go to school for. But Facebook changed the algorithm. I need to be seen more, and that's the way I read. I needed to be seen, so I sucked it up and did it.
Yeah. It is very awkward. I mean, I do them now sometimes still, and I have 4 people on, and it's like a monologue. You're like talking out into the air. Ask me a question, right? And like, but you can keep babbling and no matter what, you're probably going to say good stuff as long as you keep it on topic, keep it on about the lake life. And then, like you said, afterwards is what counts. They have 6,000 views. Mm-hmm. What else are you doing in that manner?
I mean, pretty much we're just being that go-to source. We're finding people to connect our clients to, customers to, and really be that go-to local source for people to get information about the area. So, if people want to do that, it's doesn't cost you anything. I mean, now we like to give them a branded something of ours for their time for our interviews. So we'll give them a sweatshirt, a Lake Life hat, We have our own Lake Life candle that we created with a local business. So we like to give, them something to remember us, and, you're giving them the file. It's all free, and it's free advertising for them. So it's really a no-brainer for us. And it's funny, we go out now and we can tell people recognize us, but we don't know how. And they'll come over and they'll be like, I just watched you guys on Monday, and we've never met them. Brendan, one of my agents, he went to the post office the other day, and he's like, oh, I just saw what you guys were talking about this morning. And Brendan was like, who are you?
I mean, that's what happens, right? I mean, that's what you want to happen.
Yeah, exactly. So it's working.
And like you said, it's free.
Exactly.
I mean, you didn't pay for that. So, so you beat out thousands and thousands of agents, to get in the top 30 under 30. And then, right, you beat all out more to get the Web Award. Now, tell me about that award, and why do you think you got it?
Yeah, they gave us a week's time to come up with a campaign and get the most votes. And whoever got the most votes secured their spot in the top 30 under 30. Judges would pick the other 29. I like to be in control, and I didn't want to wait on them. So we wanted to create a campaign that was authentic, genuine, and just asking for people to vote. So the way we did it, we created a Facebook group, invited people to it, close family, friends, asked them to invite people. And from there, well, first off, New Hampshire never has had a winner until in the top 30 ever in the 18 years of this campaign. So that's a tool we were using, saying, let's make, the first 30 under 30 from New Hampshire.
That's awesome, right? Yeah, why not? And then everybody in New Hampshire's rallying behind you like, what? We're the underdog.
Yeah.
They always forget New Hampshire.
Yeah, so every day I promised to go live, even though I was so awkward. But, we pulled old photos of myself when I was little on the lake, and, vote for your Lake Life local, and it's me, a 6-year-old on the boat swimming or something, and just made some humor out of it, made some memes out of it. But really, we went live every day, and the big thing we did do is we asked people we work with, mortgage companies, title, photographers we work with, my broker, my agents, and then we went to family, friends, relatives, asked them to do a quick 15, 30-second video on their phone, asking their sphere to vote for me. And they did that, and we put the videos together in a family one and a work one, and we put that out there on the group and our pages on social media, and it was just authentic, and it was people support that was incredible, and we got them to help their friends vote for me, and they never met me. So it's funny, I'm meeting people still today that were like, oh, I voted for you, you're Brie.
Did you represent, you put New Hampshire on the map. That's awesome.
So they really got to know me without ever meeting me, and that's kind of what our strategy was.
All right, Rockstar Nation, as you know, I wrote a book. It's called 6 Steps to 7 Figures, a real estate professional's guide to building wealth and creating your own destiny. Gary Keller wrote the foreword, and I have sold over 30,000 copies of this thing, and it is the go-to book for all agents, new and experienced, and it's been a really exciting thing for me to do, and I just love giving back. And so I made a decision recently to give away free copies of it. Everybody in the past has always paid in bookstores and online, and you can still pay if you want, but I gave away 100 copies last week, and it happened so fast, and so many of you guys reached out to do this that I'm going to give away another 100 copies now. And so this is a 200 total copy offer. Anybody could get it. I'm going to give it to you for absolutely free. And it's not going to be the cheesy version by any means. It's the same book that you would buy in the store. All you need to do is go to free6stepsbook.com, free6stepsbook.com. All I ask is that you pay the shipping and handling on it, but the book itself will be absolutely free. That's free6stepsbook.com. You can also text the word PAT. Yep, my name, PAT, or shortened version of my name, PAT, to 444-999. That's text the word PAT to 444-999 to get a free copy of 6 Steps to 7 Figures, or go to free6stepsbook.com. Get them while they're hot, guys. Free books here. And as they say in the baseball game, free books here. So, your business, what percentage would you say is buyers versus sellers?
It's pretty dead even. I would say it's about 50-50 for us right now.
Well, I think that's good. Being in full-time business for 3 years, it's difficult for someone nowadays to become 50% listings in that short period of time. So I commend you on that. So how did you do that? How do you get listings?
Well, it started, as I mentioned, the first 2 years, those 2 properties that I had listed, those were listings.
Yeah, how did that happen?
So I recommend knowing and getting close to that landscaper. Happens to be my but they're the ones that are going in to do these projects, especially in our area. It's beautiful lakes surrounding us, one major big one. And they do install construction projects. They're a great source for projects, what people can and can't do along the waterfront, and to become really knowledgeable in that way. But they also are our biggest supporters. So they told their clients, hey, you're thinking of listing, you should meet my wife or meet my sister-in-law, because it's a family business. And that's really what started it. And I think the difference that I brought to the table, which I call, and I hashtag the lake life difference, is the fact that we do a lot on the tech side of things. So anything you can do with Zillow and the Zillow app for your listings, and we pay attention to that. So if they came out with that Zillow video walkthrough, you do that, you're boosting your exposure for your client's listing on Zillow way up to the top. Even after it's days old, it's still going up there. And right now, many agents are taking advantage of that feature. So it's the little things that add up, along with the extra mile we go. I can't tell you, I've gone in the water swimming to tell a client the depth off the end of the dock for them. I've gone in and pulled the ground under the water, pulled it up to let them know it was sand, not muck, at the bottom of the lake.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so let me slow this down. So you're showing a house, and they're like, there's a bunch of muck down there. You're like, no, there's sand down there, and you just jump in and reach down there and pull up with a fist of sand. I mean, what's the story there? This is awesome.
In the summer, you always have a bathing suit in your car up here. You never know.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah, when work's done, and my parents live on the lake, I don't have that privilege yet. But you just run over there, and so it's always in my car.
Jump in. Yeah.
So for a $1.5 million property, if you want to know and that's what's going to sell you on it, I'll go do it.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. I've been, a lot of times there's clients up here I never even meet because they live somewhere else, and this is their 3rd or 4th or 5th home, and I need to get it ready. So if that means borrowing my husband's, backpack blower and blowing off the roof on a ladder, I'll do it. So stuff like that. We just, we know what it takes to sell a home, to make it presentable. If I need to load, 12 hanging plants of flowers in my car and bring it on over just for a showing and load them back in and bring them back to the garden center, I'll do that.
Is that how you won? Like a lot of people listening to this might be like, well, how in the world did a brand new rookie get $1.5 million listing 4 times in a row, mind you? Clearly there was other agents out there that, had been selling property in that price range in the lake area. And then boom, all of a sudden your sign shows up instead of theirs. How did you beat them? How did you do that so early on?
I mean, I looked to the top, who was doing the best in the area, and they were going to be my competition. And so seeing what they do and how I could do it differently and better is how I would make my pitch and my marketing campaign, particularly focusing on social media, being able to geographically target buyers based on their interests and their location and their activities online through Facebook targeting and those ad campaigns, that was something they hadn't heard of. So when I went into those appointments and told them that I could do that, and I could do this video with actors and actresses who are my friends and my parents, and have them do a lifestyle video of their property, barbecuing on the grill, going on the boat, swimming in the beach area, creating that lifestyle factor while selling the property. No one was doing it, and it was something that I saw people doing in other places across the country, and why not? If that's going to get me the listing and it's fun, it brings another dimension to the marketing of a property. That's what I pitched to them, and then I knew what to do with it. So now people do video, but it's what you do with it that matters. You can have a video and link it, but do you know how to Facebook target them? So that's the kind of stuff that's different.
Now, are you mainly on Facebook, or are you doing other things too?
Mostly on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
And Facebook and Instagram, and with our newsletter, any lead that comes in, everyone's added to our database, and that database list gets the Lake Life report. And that includes those business videos, market updates, events, everything that's happening.
How often do you send out the Lake Life report?
Once a month.
And it's a digital newsletter.
Mm-hmm.
And you write it?
Yep, I write it.
And what do you write?
There's Lake Winnipesaukee, which is the big lake, what the stats were, what's the market trends, all the average, days on market, sales price, list to sale price ratio, and I highlight a few properties. Those one or two community spotlights about a business, and an event that we will have coming, or we just had previewing it. We pick an event each month that we do a PR event for, and we feature that. Each month we have a referral contest, so there's a theme each month, and they get each referral they send, they get a vase of flowers or a gift card for this, and it's all themed. What our active listings are, and a community hero spotlight.
That's awesome. And then, so how many people do you email this to?
It's just under 2,000 people.
And where did you get 2,000 email lists? Email names or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Email addresses.
All the leads that come in from our website through Zillow, Realtor.com, and those connections that we've been making with our videos. Everyone who we've done videos with, we're also a part of different committees throughout the area that put on the events. So we're on the committees for the events, or the chairs for the events, and those contacts go right in there. Home Builder Association, we're a big part of. So their contacts are in there, as well as the builders we work closely with, the plumbers, the electricians, everyone.
Is there a template that you use, or any sort of, application you use to put this newsletter together?
I use MailChimp.
Okay.
It's pretty plug and play. And
yeah.
It's been very helpful, and it gets a lot of views. I mean, I was talking to someone the other day, and they said a good reach for opens is like 15 to 20%. We have like a 35-40% open ratio.
No, that's huge. Yeah, because I send out a lot of emails, and 10% is good. If you can get a 10% or more, you're doing good. So if you're getting 35, that's great.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. And people enjoy it. People write back to us and say, oh, I loved this video. Didn't know, those chocolates I see, now I'm going to go get one. So, we interviewed a chocolate company that makes local chocolate. And so that was pretty cool.
And it's you and two other agents. And how do you split up responsibilities, and who does what amongst the three of you?
So we started with the team model that we heard of through the Red Book, the $1 Million Real Estate Agent, and Keller Williams training, where you have buyer specialist and listing specialist. I don't typically go by models. I create them myself, and that wasn't working. So I created Stephanie, who's one of the agents. She lives on the other side of the lake from where I live. She lives in Wolfboro side. So geographically, I split them up. they'll do buyers and listings, but in the locations that they specialize in best.
Yeah.
So split them up by the towns, and that's how the listings feed through Zillow, through Realtor.com. It feeds out that way. And we decided to go hyper local on one town, the town I live in that I know best, Moulton Borough. And so then I'll divvy up Moulton Borough, one to the other, one to the other. But pretty much we're not a handoff team. We're all very active with each other's listings. So part of the process is before listing, we do a mock walkthrough. Whoever's not the lead on it, we both go through and ask the listing agent the questions that someone's going to ask. So we really prep each other for the market, for each other's listings. We're just completely in each other's lives every day in the office with everything. You do get one main contact assigned to you, but if anyone needs to fill in, we each know the property just as well as the other. So that's kind of how we divvy our tasks up.
I like that because everyone becomes more like a specialist. You know what I mean? They can say, "Oh, I showed that house before," or "I know." Like if you're talking to somebody about something on one side, you're going to know the inventory so much better, right?
Exactly. And the thing is, we found that someone was going to go sell their house and buy something. So now they were working with a listing specialist, and now we're going to give them to someone else who's going to help them buy. They know who that person is because that's how we are, but they really have that tight relationship with that person that helped list their home.
Mm-hmm.
So why can't they go help them buy a home? So that's kind of how your client's your client, and they stick with you in the team versus handing off to the buyer specialist once you're done listing with them.
Okay.
So that's how we work out. And there's this great app I use. Not that we're in the office together and then out doing what we have to do out in the field. But I copied this app my husband uses. It's for landscapers, and I downloaded it, but it's called LMN 4 o'clock. So I saw
LMN 4 o'clock.
Yeah, and I saw that his employees were doing this at the end of the day at 4 o'clock, or whenever it was at the end of the day. They would fill out this form on this app on what's going on, what they did for the day. So at the end of the day, whenever my agents are done, I get an email. So does everyone else on the team, the same one. And it tells them what their top 3 goals or priorities are for the next day. What did they get completed for tasks today? What's slowing them down? And what do they need? Materials, info, equipment, labor. It's a landscaping app.
Yeah, right. But you use it for real estate, and it asks them the questions.
Yep. And
then
they fill it out, and it automatically sends as an email template to everyone on the team, so everyone knows where each other was at the end of every day.
I want you to think about the word toolbox. What is a toolbox? A toolbox is a box full of tools that you use to build something great. At Real Estate Rockstars, we've created our own free toolbox. So everybody that comes on the show as a guest brings a tool with them, and we plow them all into this toolbox, and we give it away for our viewing audience to basically use as they wish. Everything we put in there is an actionable item that can be downloaded, can be printed, can be used immediately. And we got things like scripts and dialogues, checklists for teams, checklists to keep agents accountable, referral forms that are filled out at settlement to get referrals by your buyers and sellers. Everything you can think of that you could use on a regular basis about real estate is included in this toolbox, and it's helping agents worldwide sell more houses and make their jobs a lot easier and processes much more efficient. And the thing is, it's absolutely free. All you got to do is go to hibandigital.com/toolbox or text the word toolbox to 444-999. That's toolbox 444-999. Do it now.
Yeah, right. And that's it, right? And then you don't have to like bug them. What'd you do today? What are you doing? You can just look at that and reply or not reply.
Yeah,
you know, so you're not micromanaging. Yeah,
exactly. And I know where the status is, where they're at. If they need something from me, if they need materials, the admin will see that and order that material. things like that, and things that they know what's slowing them down. Big ones, time management, time blocking. So that's something I know that they want to work on, and then I need to help out and help them better with systems.
That's awesome. I love that. Okay, Brie, so I'm creating a reality TV show. Mm-hmm. And basically what I'm doing is I'm taking the top 30 under 30, you plus the 29 others, all who are not from New Hampshire and who did not get voted via the web, by the way. So you're already better than them, right? So, but I'm still taking the 29 and I'm putting you guys all on an island, right? There's a lot of commerce on this island. There's a lot of buying and selling real estate. Mm-hmm. And I'm giving you each a cell phone and $1,000. Now, I'm going to give you each 6 months, and whoever sells the most houses in that 6-month period wins a $2 million. The one caveat is none of you know anybody from day one. So how is Brie going to win that $2 million and beat out the other 29 top 30 under 30 this year?
Well, pretty much what I'm doing right now. I'm going to go and I'm going to help the businesses, those commerce places in the community, introduce myself because no one knows who I am, and ask them how I can help their business. And what better than free help? And usually that results in a video interview, and they get to use that for their marketing purposes. So here I am for free offering to market their business for them, getting that connection to their clients. Maybe I'll ask them if I could put my sign or my cards in their shop, and from there go door to door down the street of the businesses, the shops, and then find out what local people are hosting events, whether it's the town, the chambers, associations, and ask to just help. Everyone needs a volunteer. Everyone needs that help, so why not make those connections, being the volunteer and being that community hero myself.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So as you know, Brie, everybody that comes on the show brings a free gift, right? And the Rockstar Nation could go to your show notes and download the free gift, obviously for free, which I'm going to put, by the way, hibandigital.com/Brie Stephens, right? And it's Phens.
Correct.
hibandigital.com/Brie Stephens with a PH. So Brie, what did you bring for the Rockstar Nation today?
I am providing my Lake Life Report monthly newsletter.
Oh yeah, this will be great. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, so they'll be able to see the content that I put out there, and it's not all real estate. It's very community oriented, and lets them see, what people are interested in.
No, that's great, guys. And listen, guys, you should be able to print this thing out and emulate it, right? There's no reason that you can't just emulate it, copy what she's doing and doing it in your neighborhood and in your area, and just start collecting email addresses. Obviously, you've got a passion for just trying to collect as many email addresses as you can, and then pay attention like she does on a system like MailChimp as to who's opening it. Mm-hmm. Right? 35% is huge. If you're sending out 2,000, that means 700 people a month are reading what she is writing.
Yep, exactly. That's how I did it. Emulate people, search people on social media, find out who's got the most followers and see why. There's a reason that people are getting most followers. They have the content that people are interested in. You got
to give out the free content. And it's like Gary Vaynerchuk says, jab, jab, right hook, which is, Brie's jabs are the free content. Everyone's got to give free content, right? Do your Facebook Lives, give out this newsletter that she's put hours and hours into, all this stuff, free, and then right hook, use me to buy or sell a house, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's brilliant. And so, guys, if you want to reach out to Brie, it'll all be there on her show notes. We're also going to take that and we're going to put it in the Agent Success Toolbox, which you can get by going to hibandigital.com/toolbox, or you could just text the word toolbox to 444-999. Brie, this has been brilliant. Thank you so much for coming on. Congratulations on Top 30 Under 30. Congratulations on the Web Award. Best of luck, and please, let's stay in touch.
Appreciate it. Very excited, and I thank you for this.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Real Estate Rockstars. If this free content is giving you a ton of value, I want to ask a small favor in return. I need you to pull out your pointing finger and hit the subscribe button. Yes, hit subscribe, please. The more subscribers that we get on Real Estate Rockstars, the better guests are attracted to the shows. We'll get more guests from the top companies, from the top teams, and even more celebrity guests like Robert Kiyosaki and Barbara Corcoran. Also, if you're not a member of our free Facebook group, go to Real Estate Rockstars Radio right on Facebook and join the conversation. I'm on there myself on FaceTime Lives, and we have a lot of communications and questions about the show, and I'd love to see you there. And it's free. People ask me all the time, where am I on social media? I'm real easy to find. Just type in my name. My IG is I am Pat Hyben. It is blowing up on Instagram, adding tons of subscribers, and I'm on there probably twice a day. So definitely follow me on Instagram, as well as everywhere else. Thanks again for listening, and keep rocking.